I'm tired of you. Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome to our show. So you guys doing well? Having a wonderful day on this 30th June 2025. We're doing part 2, well technically part 3 of our Overlord review. As you can see, we're not on the balcony. Usually I like to do my video on the balcony. However, my phone needs charging. I've waited a couple of minutes. It is 11:24. The show will be off Netflix at 12 o'clock. I'm gonna try to do. I don't think I'm gonna be finishing this show, but at the same time, it's not my favorite show. So, I think it's actually pretty good, but I'm a bit forcing myself to do it. You know, got it. There you go. Perfect. Now we don't have to hear the AC. So yeah, we are at season 1, episode 10. So now this is called the Massive Empire. It's actually really cool. We're seeing one of the Guardian, which is this guy, right? This guy is important. We don't really see her. We don't really see her. So they're both guards, and the girl is a servant of the man, but in this one, the man is a servant of the girl. That's kind of cool. They're like, okay, well, so what he's supposed to do? He's supposed to be a spy to really go and kind of understand how it goes. For example, the Magic Guild. That's pretty much it. We see the vampire. Apparently, he's a vampire too. We see more of the people and the way they were designed. So players, which is cool. We have, this is really nice because we have a ambush, right? And then we're kind of seeing how strong the Guardian is. However, they're lowly bandits, so it's not really good. However, what is kind of cool here is this guy. No? So this is really cool. The guy with the blue hair, super important. So then their ambush like things your leader. The leader is being here. Now she is the vampire, she is Self here. What she'll do is she'll kill everybody except for the guy with the blue hair. Now, the reason why she doesn't kill the guy with the blue hair is I believe she thinks he's gonna be a good vassal for Lord Ainz. We saw this later on, where we had a character that's like, yo, these are really good warrior. You should get them, Lord Ainz. So it just what should we call it? She don't kill him. She kills everybody else, but him she doesn't kill. So then we have the battle, and it's weird because we are everybody is against one's vampire. So she's kind of doing all the job, and this is really cool because this is the first time where we're seeing Guardian having some issues. And okay, well, the enemy is too strong. What am I supposed to do? And this is really important. And we see the red air adventurer, and she has the red potion, and we know that she doesn't have the magic or technology in this. We know we don't have the technology in this world to make red potion, so she knows it's from Ainz. So she's like, okay, well, where is it? Now the problem is, she knows. I think that she knows Ainz, and if somebody's running away, they'll tell, hey, there's a monster in town, and they'll snitch on Ainz. So they don't do it. However, this is where this is get complicated. She goes in after a whole army, and we see a player that is able to manipulate her. So we think it's a player, right? We think it's a player, but we're not sure because we know there's possibly players, but we don't know for sure. Possibly there's players, we don't know for sure. So it's like, okay, well, she's really strong. So now she's being controlled by the enemy, which is kind of sucks because she is super strong, which means that episode number 11 will be, the whole episode is a battle. Confusion and comprehension. Is that it? Oh yeah, so okay. Cool. So at the beginning, confusion and comprehension, we see that she's under a spell. And you're like, okay, well, this is a problem because if she sees me, she'll attack me. And she's one of the strongest, if not the strongest of the guards. So it's like, okay, well, she's kind of one of the most able to kill me. The problem with her is most of its spells are darkness, and she's immune to darkness. So then, like, what do we do? The really cool thing here is, I don't know if it's here or not. So we got the Adventurer Guild. So we have more of Lord Mormont. Again, not the most interesting thing, but at the same time, it's kind of cool because you're seeing the vampire, and it's like, oh, you're gonna see this. So you see this. Wait a second. So you see this? Or Recalcum, this is it. And if you see here, this is the master of the guild. So important characters. And he's like, yo, if you want me to kill the vampire, I'm the only one that can kill her. So you better help me out. You better reward me. So we're going to the battlefield, and everybody's like, ish. You know, everybody's kind of afraid because she's the strongest. Now, there's not an item. It's not precise if she's stronger than the other guardian. There's not a power level. There's not a power scale. She is the strongest, but she's the strongest versus like Lord Ice. You use an item to discover if an item was used. However, the item doesn't respawn, which proves that the weapon or the item used was stronger. We have these. We're visiting the city of Lord Isengol. Those are the Guardian, right? Which is kind of important. We have Lord Demiurge. Give me a sec. This is super cool. This is super cool because this is written as a player. You know? I just don't remember that. Oh, we have these new characters. And this new character is going to play an important role because he's able to hide. And also, all of the Guardian were a creation of a player. This guy is a creation of Asmongold. It's not Asmongold, Isengard. So that's kind of cool. We meet of the Guardian. So that's super important, but still. What else? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So this whole thing is like, okay, well, we have this enemy. What am I supposed to equip? I don't know what to equip. But it's also cool because this is the equipment of every person. So everybody that left the guild or was in the guild at some point had equipment on them. And Mormont is like, yo, I'm gonna call him Mormont because it's just easier. Well, like, leave your equipment behind. So now he's able to choose the equipment. And it's actually pretty cool because he's preparing. Now, this comes at a price. It's super cool because he's preparing for a battle. And it's not cool because this is the toughest battle that he has the whole show. And it's season 1, so it's a bit of an odd case. He doesn't know if he's going to come back. He doesn't know if he's able to survive. So we got the Guardian that are worried about him. Season 1, episode 12, which is the Bloody Valkyrie, which is Selphie. The whole thing is a battle. This is the intro. The whole thing is a battle. And the Guardian is like, yo, I am not sure. I am not sure what's going to happen. I am not sure if we're going to be winning. He doesn't know what to wear for equipment, which is, you can see here, Yeah, he just doesn't know what to do with the battle. The whole battle is kind of cool because you're seeing his skills, you're seeing him being pushed, but you also see what great level warriors are able to do. However, he kind of tricks her because she thinks that he's a mage, and he used all of her magic, right? However, she calculated. For example, she knows he's weak to fire, so she knows that he'll cast a spell to stop the fire. However, it doesn't cast a spell for the fire. Because it doesn't cast a spell for the fire, he still has some MP left, and she miscalculated. With the MP that he had left, he's able to survive. Look, this is a second 2 episode battle, which is the ending of season 1. So there you go. I'm not trying to hurry up, but still, at the same time, it's cool because we see how people are reacting, and we see how people are reacting to the fights. Now, of course, the main character wins. Talk about resurrection, right? We have a resurrection, and it costs money. Now, the thing that has to do with that isn't the fact that it costs money; it's the fact that we can resurrect people. So we're establishing that even if something was to happen, we could revive, thanks to Shaltier. Now we see the ending of the first season, which is Lord Asmongold saying, Isengard, I'm gonna call him Momont, is it's kind of cool because we're seeing how he's thankful to his guardian, and how the possibility and the potential of the kingdom. And we see some people that are supposed to be possibly the players. We know that they're the one that controlled Shaltier, so it's kind of important. There's a couple more stuff. For example, the fact that this guy, he's recruiting the guy with the blue hair. So the guy with the blue hair was a great swordsman, but then he went to crime, and then Moment get his promotion, which means that he can now take every single quest. Again, we have this what should we call it? This guy who's able to create quests but also solve them. We see a Rubik's Cube, which could possibly mean a human. She doesn't appear anymore. Her, we don't really see her. The phone is too warm. Don't link it. Boink. I don't need to tell you what happened. I think you guys can figure it out. Yes, we lacked a crucial element, which was a cold cell phone. No, I'm gonna have to do because I don't have the time. I'm gonna have to leave it there. I know it's gonna be sounding a bit, gonna be annoying, but I said I don't have a choice. I really thought it was the 30th of July. So like I was saying, we started the season, which is Prelude to Dark to Despair, with a Rubik's Cube, which is a human thing, which could possibly means that they're players. However, we have no clue. We see a whole bunch of new people, and this is nice because we're kind of saying, okay, so these are they only do it for the season 2. So season 1 we finished. We had a big boss, which was Shaltir. Season 2, we're doing it. I think that she's a player. She's possibly one of the only player because we're talking about the player. We have the dragon. We have a bunch of new enemies. However, I'm at season 4, the ending, and we don't see them. So I think it's supposed to be a season 5, and I just don't see it. We finally see the king. So this guy gave the blue hair guy, the guy who got defeated by Shaltir, the option to be a good soldier, which is super important. We know that this guy is kind of the hero. He becomes the main guard of the king. She's super important. She's the princess, and this is another one that's super important. So technically speaking, this guy is going to be the student of the strongest hero, which is super important. I mean the blue hair guy. So we have Momont with we're fighting or doing some mission, which is kind of cool. We got Lord Angel and just talking about how he's taking care of the city right now. For example, the guards are listening to him and just making sure that they're all happy. We got more of the flirtatious between what's her name, Sickness and I think the sad thing here is season 2 technically has some of the best beginnings. So for example, we see this little guy. This little guy's in charge of things. So they're gathering resources. When it comes to the world, you want to build up resources. They only do it once. I wish they did it a lot more. Now they're planning their next step, their next battle, because again, it's a conquering. Shaltir, she feels bad. This is the first time we see Shaltir, and she feels bad. She feels like there's something that she has to do to repair herself. Now we see this guy, Cositus. Cositus is going to be super important because right now what we're doing is he tells us to do a war against the lizard man. The lizard man is one of the first race that submit to the overlord. Super important. However, what she's kind of sad is they spend so much time. So the craziest thing with this is you're seeing it at the very end. You're like, holy shit, we're summoning the exact same thing. Now, so they're telling him, hey, there's 8 clan of lizard men. There's 8 clan of lizard men. I got a pimple, and we'll attack them in order. So the whole thing is nice, actually really nice. It's a rise and fall of Overlord. You see the 8 clans, we see their strengths, we see their weaknesses. We see an Hydra, we see the main character, which is for the lizard man. So this is the first time we see a character that we really get attached to, but really get attached to, just for at the end to be like, yo, you're gonna be serving a purpose. And at the end, he's not even there. However, there's a couple of cool things. So for example, the whole thing is about unifying the lizard men together, so they have a chance. It's about him being the main character of the lizard man, and his being his girlfriend. So they're all like, okay, well, you're gonna fight. Now, what happened? Why is that important? Because at first it was 8 lizard clan, but then there was only 5. They had a lack of food, and then they had infighting. So her clan survived by cannibalism, and his clan survived because they were just too strong. So this is a duality, but it's also a nice thing because we're seeing the story or the history behind the lizard man, which is, in my opinion, kind of important. We just spent a lot of time. He's courting her. he chooses her as his wife. We have the whole thing where we're trying to get the clans together. So it takes a couple episodes, but this is it, and it's kind of cool because this is the very first time that it's like, okay, well, either you kill them all or we become my servants. And Cocytus is like, well, I'll be fighting them. So Cocytus, which is really cool, I think we'll give him a army. And he's like, okay, well, you gotta fight the lizard man. And if you can't fight them, you're good. If you cannot fight them, you lose. So what happened is, he's given a very, very weak army. The only good one in the army is a lich, right? Which is actually pretty good, but nowhere near, I think, all. We're seeing the strength, we're seeing that the main character has a secret weapon. However, the secret weapon is made of ice, and the skeleton is surviving ice, which is super cool. So they win, which kind of means that because they win, because they just lose. So we remember that Shaital, she had consequences for losing with Lord Ainz. But it's just losing means that it has consequences also. And one of the consequences is like, okay, well, guess what? You're gonna have to fight the whole army by yourself. So he's like, okay, well, there's no problem. Now, the little men actually cool because they're saying like, hey, we won't allow all of our guys to die. What we'll do is we'll fight 5 of us, right? Lord Ainz is mad at because it's like, yo, there's no way. And the coolest thing is, this is possibly one of the coolest things. They summon themselves. So this is Lord Ainz. You see at the distance, he has his 12 guardian. He's showcasing the power. And he's really trying to intimidate everybody, which is really cool. Like, okay, well, guess what? We're gonna fight against you. This is an all-out war. My kingdom versus your race. However, we know that Cocytus is gonna be the only one to fight. The lizardmen surrender. However, they fight the first time. So like, no, I don't trust you. You guys fought, so time to pay your dues. By the way, it is 12 o'clock, so I don't know how much we can do. If we can do it, we can do it. If we can't, we can't. We're introducing this new guardian. I don't know where he's from, and it doesn't really matter anything. So technically speaking, what he is it's for the resurrection. For the resurrection, you need to sacrifice a soul, and you need to pay some money. So it would be the soul sacrifice. You have the whole war. Yeah, the whole war. The horror is cool because they're like, okay, well, there's only one of you. As the little man said, hey, instead of sacrificing everybody here, what we'll take our 5 strongest warrior, and we'll fight. However, he's like, yo, I'll actually go easy on you guys. Now the coolest thing is, Cocytus comes in, and he's like, I know that you said that we had to kill them, but these guys are really, really strong. I think we can really spare them. So then he's like, okay, well, cool. So then they spare this because she's a chief. So there's 6 clan, right? And the 6th one, she's like, yo, you need to stay behind in case we win. You need somebody to lead the people. And then he's like, okay, well, I'll resurrect your lover. However, he has to be loyal to me. I'll resurrect your lover. However, if there's a plan of treason during the race, you have to tell me. So she's basically selling her soul to him. We have a couple of new guys, which are super cool. We have this is the main one. It's like, yo, please teach me the way. And we have the Hydra, which are kind of super important. Season 2, episode 6. Saved and savior and save. So this is super important. So this guy, what he does is he's infiltrating the magic guild. So we know that they use a magic item to control Shaltir. So he's like, okay, well, guess what? If and only if there's an item like that in this world, I'll find it through the magic guild. He's a soldier that's behind him. It's not really clear. I think he's a vampire. But then what happened is he goes to a place where he's my favorite guardian by fucking far. Like look at this. Look at the intro. You see the war with the lizard man. This is what's really important. These guys are the bad guys. They're the king. This guy is Zero. He's a bad guy. So this guy you see, super important. Super important. Or that's in gold. Let's see the fight between. Yeah, you see Cocytus between him. This is Demiurge. This is super important. This is really cool because they're doing a battle against Demiurge. Like, oh my god, Demiurge betrayed the Lord. No, he didn't betray it. It was all part of the plan. Part of the plan to rule over. By pretending like he's nice. So the vampire, the old man, he finds this girl, right? And he's like, yo, these people are treating you shitty. So what she is she's a prostitute. And they drugged her. It's like, no, you're not gonna do that. Fuck you. So this guy is he has a sweet heart. Like, I'll protect her. And I'll make her a servant of Lord Eisengold. So you see, most of the people, so what is really cool, in the two cases, they serve the same purpose. Cositus, which values strength, is like, okay, these are good warriors, I want to keep them. And this guy, which value loyalty, is like, okay, well, she has nobody, I'm gonna save her. So he cures her. It's like, yo, if I can cure you, you'll be loyal to me, and you'll be loyal to Lord Irons. There's not really a purpose other than you feel bad for her. There's not really a purpose instead of just he wants to be a nice guy. So the girl, she's like, why are you protecting a human? Why are you protecting a human? Is protege, like a servant. But she's like, and then the servant's like, nobody's nice to me. Nobody cares about me. They're all using me. I hate him. That's when he says, okay, well, maybe we can use you. So he feels really bad for her. He really feels bad for her. You know, she's taking care of her. No, technically speaking, it was the fact that he was created like that, which is super cool. But it does show the guardian. So right now, what we're doing, which is super, super, super important, is we're doing three things. We're establishing each guardian, and we're giving them a story. Each one of them. We have the fight between the blue hair and Shaltir. What's important is because he survived, and he chooses to be like, yo, you got this. The strongest swordsman in the kingdom, the hero. This guy, it's like to the blue swordsman, like, yo, you got potential, what are you doing? It's like, no, you don't understand. I fought this girl, she's a vampire. We don't even have a simple chance. There's no chance at all. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're seeing her. You think they're twins, but no, it's a ninja. Which means we need this group. Now, these group, what they are, they're Adamantite. Adamantite soldier group. They're good. Now, this is the craziest thing ever. This is really cool. So what they're burning is a field. So we just established that the girl was drugged and raped. Well, not raped, but she was a prostitute, and she was drugged. So if she wanted to get the drug, she had to work as a prostitute. And he's like, yo, guess what? There's this drug. And then, the next one, we're burning the field of the drug. So we established that the drug, and we established that there's this group of people that are literally fighting to save the world. Now that's season 2, so 7, which is Blue Roses. Blue Roses is the roses from which the drug is made. Guys, we're doing good. We're doing good. We got Momont who has some money. Now, technically speaking, the kingdom of Azazel, which is the kingdom of Momont, is suffering from a lack of fund. There's no way to make fund. They're shutting production. So in season 2, when they start, and there's a little imp, the little imp comes in. It's like, yo, we're doing production. They're at a level where they're producing, but they're not self-reliant. And this is a bit where it is dangerous. I need my, okay. Because I don't know why, my little toes always have this piece of nail sticking out. Give me a sec. It's not really working. Put you down. Mm-hmm. Oh, feels good. And we're back. Sorry, because we have I don't know why I have a defect where I'm growing like a second nail on the side of my pinky, my little toe, and it gets stuck in my socks, and it's really painful. So I try to cut them every single time, but they grow up. They still grow. They still grow. I don't know how to stop it, but hey, it's not a big deal, isn't it? So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the fact that the establishing this economy is actually quite nice because it takes money to run a kingdom. See, in a perfect world, there's two ways to do it. Either some resource gathering, for example, we establish that, oh, guess what? This race, what I would have loved is, for example, this race is good. For example, the lizardmen are a great fisher. So for food, we're going to be better. We're going to be better off. The dwarf are great, the great miner. So when it comes to the mining, the dwarf are going to take care of it, which is great. They don't do that, which is, again, it's okay. I don't really mind. Would just have been nice. Tomorrow, Canada. Look what we're having for lunch. Spicy garlic. Never had those. So kind of excited. Okay, let's go. So, Overlord. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So Moan doing some quests is also a good resource, a good source of money, but also a good way to like to kind of spy. In, when I look back at it, I didn't read it at first, but this is like going to be Mitchell rank so bad because Mitchell rank would have given him more job that gave him more cash, you know. So we have, which is really cool. This guy takes under his wing the small guy, and takes under his wing the blue air guys. So there is possibly the strongest. He's gonna teach the two of them. Now, this guy with brown hair will die, but it's kind of not a big. It's not a big deal because the two others are gonna take the not the revenge, but they're gonna take they're gonna pass the torch, I guess. So there you go. We have the queen, and it's a bit boring. It is how to accomplish a situation. There's three of them that are saying, "Hey, God damn it."
When I left Karma, I don't even know.
Okay, deserve you. Oh, feels good. Oh, feels good. Oh, my Atlantis. Good. Okay. I haven't talked to the guild in a while. Why was my complete mission one this week refresh again? Okay, sound like a you problem. Ta da da. Ta 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 da da. Ta da dum. Good. Yeah. Good. Do 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 do. Do do do. Oof. Okay. Don't care. Don't care. A little bit. Sheesh. Ich. Methane. Yum. I love killer sticks. Cause everywhere that I go, every second, oh no, every step in the bone, untouchable.
This is Elima, the bell-bearing hunter. Bell bearings allow you to interact with the dead spirits of important NPCs, and it's at their locations that we find this vengeful spirit who murdered countless instructors and merchants. But eventually, this murderer was captured and instead became known as Elima of the Briar. Briars are a type of thorn, and as we recently discussed, thorns are a mark of the guilty, and so wound around the weapon, shield, and armor of Elima were iron briars, which marked him as a criminal to be sentenced to death. Elima was due to be beheaded at the Shaded Castle, whose castellans have this long storied history as executioners, but right as he was about to be put to death, he snatched the executioner's own blade and began wielding it with the battle skills of his homeland, which enabled the blade to dance through the skies. For Elima is a Spartan warrior from Yrkide, a domain that vanished long ago. But now, Elima is lord over a new domain. That is, until you come along. This is Elima, the bell-bearing hunter. Bell bearings allow you to interact with the dead spirits of important
good.
Beautiful. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
Don't call me Nymphadora again.
Don't call me Nymphadora.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous!
You're just as sane as I am. You're just as sane as I am.
Dead. Dead. Let us hope Mr. Potter will always be around to save the day. Let us hope Mr. Potter will always be around to save.
What I want.
Huge difference.
Is your wing?
A little bit. Okay, good. Come on. Don't like issue waiting. Welcome to the show. They're doing well because they're having a wonderful day. I don't even need to tell you what happened. Think you can figure it out. Think you're smart. Yeah. Phone overeaten. So you guys see me? I'm not trying to rush. It's another part of the Overlord, by the way. It's just that 12:30. I don't know when the show is going to disappear. And all of these are to establish like kingdoms. Like, okay. So what are we doing against the blue? Or for example, establishing the relationship between the princess and this guy, but it doesn't accomplish anything. And the meaning thing, it's kind of detrimental to the show because you really fall in love with the characters. You really like the characters and like, well, I hope nothing bad happens to him. But because you say that, then especially Eve will die. So you're just building up characters to kill them. So. This is a bit shitty. We got more of the old vampire being super sweet, being one of the favorites. Now the nicest thing is, people like, yo, this whore, because to get back to get the prostitute. It's like this whore is ours. We want retribution. So this was the first time you could handle it with violence, and you choose to do it with money. Also, this episode is called The Detonation of a Young Man. This is really cool. Really, really cool. So here, you see he's walking through the city. You get a blue hair guy and you got the young guy. And they're both going to become students of the guy with the white hair. Now, which is really cool because we established that they were students of the strongest fighters, so they chose. Which is really cool because we established their motivation. For example, the blonde kid, he wants to have the princess. We saw that they were really close in the last episode. The blue hair guy, he wants to kill the vampire. Then in season 2, episode 1. So yeah, so we established her. This is actually pretty cool because we established her as the Elementite warrior and her as the Elementite warrior, and they're the strongest adventurer. It would be super cool because we established who they are. It would be super cool because we present them. However, the reason why it's not cool is because we don't really see them. So like, okay, well, I kind of need your help. You have this mission and I don't know what to do. So we see that she, the Elementite soldier, she gave the young kid some item. The items are bell. So for example, this bell is going to be able to say, guess what? I need this. I need to have this. Or there's a secret door here. So I'll be able to, the bell they're really strong magical item. We got the all. It's super cool because all of the gangsters get to the white to the old man, and then what they do is they attack the villager, and you can see the old man without even like our hard time is beating people with a weapon, and he doesn't have weapon. He actually has his hand behind his back, and he's just kicking them. So like the young guy is like, yo, you're really strong. Can you please teach me? Which is the first one. So which is really cool because him teaching the young kid is again showing that he's nice. Him saying the prostitute show that he's nice, he's repeating the action. However, it's also a way to learn the skills of the NPC. The blue hair guys also see them being very strong. Like, yo, I need a trainer. I absolutely need a trainer. The white hair is like, okay, well, I'll take you both. I'll take you both, and I'll make you my students. And this serves another purpose, because we know that the blue hair and the young kids are going to play important parts. Since they're loyal to one person who's loyal to Isengard, does it help or not? You know? So this is the spark that fires. So just the result of the two kids that are like, well, please teach us. Then it's super cool because they go to see the Zero. So the Zero are the group of criminals that sells the drugs in the city. The Zero are the kind of people that are, how can I say that? They're kind of like the gangsters or the mafia of the city. So we go in and take care of it. Now the coolest thing with this one is that we said that there's a lot of noble that are involved. And the noble that are involved, they're kind of criminals. For example, right, we see that there's criminal activity, but then like, holy shit, guess what? There's more than just that. Now, also what's cool is we see the bell bearing. So there's a trap door, and the kid's like, okay, well, let's take the bell, and we'll ring it, and then the trap door is revealed, which is actually really nice. We see momentum of the two guys having a resolve. For example, the blue air guys is training, and this guy goes to see the princess, like, I'll keep you safe. You know what? I'll keep you safe, princess, I promise. Which is actually really, really nice. We got the blue hair and the hero that are talking and having fun. And the hero's like, yo, I'm the strongest here. I'll protect the world. Don't worry about it. And then the blue hair's like, no, if you see the vampire, just run away. So it's the difference in resolve is the difference in how they view things. We also see that the princess is not who she seems to be. She's actually one of the. She's actually a mimic of Lord Isengard. So that's actually pretty cool. We have a prelude to the revolt of the capital. So then you come back. The old man come back. It's like, yeah, well, here's my report. I'm sorry to say that there's no item that you were looking for. It doesn't exist. We also have her presenting a human. So this isn't really important because she's a maid. It's not really important because she doesn't add a lot to the story. However, it is important in the sense of we're recruiting. The kingdom is growing, so this is what it would like. When we recruit big soldier, it's important, but when we recruit everybody, it's also important. We have Isengard and Demi-Sol who make their plan. So then Demi-Sol is going to be attacking the city, and Isengard is going to be the savior of the city. Why? Because he wants to see how strong they are, and why he wants to do a diversion. So we have the nobles. It's like about how things are changing and what we're supposed to do. And also we got the princess, which we know now that she is an infiltrated, a spy. So I think Go has really mastered everything, but it's mostly nobles fighting. We have them and his attire, which is super important because again, he is one of the most important soldiers in the kingdom. That is pretty much it. I know I'm speeding up, but at the same time, with anime like that, there's so little going on. It's just like, there's so little going on that's worth mentioning. We got Sebas, who's talking to the other guards. And the other guards, they have a meeting. And the meeting is kind of cool because it does show how they're reacting. Everybody's getting ready to big battles, which is super nice because, again, we have, first of all, we have the big battle, but second of all, we have those characters that we now know. We have those characters that we now care about. So when you're fighting them, is like, okay, well, we like people from the both camps, so whichever you're choosing. Which people are you choosing? Sadly, there's other nobles, and you know the nobles, they're kind of shitty. They're kind of shitty because they're behind the ring of prostitution. They're behind a lot of things. So of course the old vampire got it taken care of it, and it's super cool because he's freeing. Now the craziest thing is they find out that she's behind it, and she is so important because she is a noble. So at first, this is what's really good. What's really good is that we find out that she's a noble and that she kind of betrayed her own country. So then what they're gonna do is they're gonna be like, okay, well, guess what? We'll be using you. We won't kill you, and we forget about her until season 4 when she comes forward. We have another one with the Guardian. You guys know her. She's the insect queen. Really cool. We're seeing Adamantium warrior fight against. They're fighting against some of the Guardian. However, one of them has created a spell which is kind of like an insecticide. So because it's an insecticide, they're super strong. However, Demi Surge comes in and she's like, "Wow, guess what? You're kind of fucked. There's no hope for you." Oh boy, unless there was a lot. That's pretty much it. So again, we're gonna fight, which is actually pretty good. Did a fight with the Adamantium and Demi Surge. Did a fight between the first season. This is definitely much better, but at the same time, it's in episode 12. The cool thing is, Mumon comes in and is like, "Who's my enemies? What am I fighting?" And she's like, "Holy shit, the good one, which is called Evil Eyes. Holy shit, I know you. You're Momont. Help me out, please help me out." Okay, I'll help you out. So we have a fight between Demi Surge and Momont. We have this guy, which is Zero. He's in charge of the whole gangster. He's in charge of the whole mafia. In charge of the drugs. You know why this is important? Because we're showing that, okay, well, we're doing something good. You know why this is not important? Because we're focusing on one country when there's multiple countries. So we put so much effort in. And this is what I talk about when there's a bit of continuity. But it's also important because it shows the growth of both of these guys and how much they're able to fight like Zero and how strong he is. They're trying to save the prostitutes. You got more of Momont and Demi Surge, which is cool because Momont actually gets information and creates a villain. So if the villain is Demi Surge, which is another name, which is, I think it's Jabobot, if you can establish that, no, he's the real villain, I'm not the villain, and then he takes eyes off him. He gets some information and gets some trust. So it's a win-win-win. And of course the fight is staged. So for example, like what should we call it? It is super cool because you get information as you get a win-win. I think this is the end of the season. No, this is the season. So what we see is how everybody's in trouble. The walls are kind of closed, and this is closed. So there's not access to it. However, what we're doing is we're kind of stealing from them. We're kind of like, no matter what you do, they're gonna win. We'll get all of the resource of the town, all the resources that it has to offer. So kind of cool stuff. We have a victory celebration. We have the nobles and how they're plotting. So the nobles are like, "Yo, this is good for us, blah blah blah. This is how we use it," and we're celebrating because they just won. And to be fair, they just won, but they wasn't an enemy. So for example, which is kind of interesting here, is the first enemy is the drug cartel. Second is Lord Momont, but Momont isn't an enemy, right? Which kind of means that the real enemy was the drug smuggler. We have a fight between the demons and the soldier. This is just to represent, and this one is kind of sad because Momont's come in and he saves the day. So what he's doing here is he's trying to prove to people that they're reliant on him, and to prove to people that there's nothing they can do. The mask, I don't remember who it is. I don't remember if it's a Lord of Einzulgo soldier, but it shows that these blue hairs are stronger. The Demi Surge is stronger. All of those villains are kind of super strong. We got the 12 Guardian, and this is big because he's capturing a part of the town. So this is this town again that we're building. We have all of the adamantium soldier, which is kind of cool, fighting against the 12. We got Demisurge again. It's not super interesting, but yeah, it's mostly fighting, and the fighting scenes actually pretty cool. They're actually pretty cool. What's next? I'm trying to figure out how to fight it. Of course, Momont is victorious, and he saved the day. When Giselle tells him, "Okay, well, I'm done here. Whatever you need to do, you can do it. I'm done here." And every time the warriors like, "Yo, if you need me, I'm there." So this is it. This is showing that not only do we have resources, we also have nobles. So the kingdom is growing stronger. Now in this one, there's soldiers that are doing the rank, but there's also there's also nobles. So it just goes to establish the pecking number or the pecking ranking of the whole thing. And season 3, which is the sovereign song. So it's just, again, we're starting the same way. We're starting the 12 guardian, where they are, what is the current situation. There's reward because they want a big war. It's just like, what is the reward you want? Now we got some new one. We got a new intro. So again, this is super important. We got the troll attack. We got the adamantite warriors that are coming in, which is super cool. We got Lord Ivangold, who takes a hot bath. This is to show him how luxurious his kingdom now is. Then there's the woman bathroom, then there's the men bathroom. They have this meal, which is kind of crazy good, which is, again, important, interesting, because it's not interesting in the sense of the show. It's interesting in the sense of, this is how far we can get. This is how far this will be. We have, Albedo, who, I think that, okay, we're good. Albedo, who summons a bicorn, which is kind of a cool item, but she doesn't use it, so what is the point of that, you know? So then we see that the guardian, like, I don't know how he sees me, Lord Ice sees me, does he care about me? And again, it's more in the same of, how can I say this? It's more in the same of the Adam thing, right? So it's just reusing the same, how can I say that? We're using the same mechanics that we did before, but since it's been a while, see, I'm watching it, I'm binge watching it, but if I'm not binge watching it, I wouldn't remember that because it's been so long. It doesn't add to the story a lot. Mare, which is kind of weird because she's a kid, and he's being super sweet with her. There's kind of an attraction, but there's also this fulfillment of, in real life I'm not a father, maybe in this one I can be a father. So it's just taking care of it. We got season 3, episode 2. One of my favorite episodes. We're returning to the village that we saw, which again is the village with the goblins and the potion maker, which is super important. So we're saying how far they come along. The potion maker adds a new potion, which is super cool, and the girl, she actually is respected by the goblins. So what they're thinking is, okay, well, I want more. So now, as their weapon, they have noble, which aren't lord, just nobles. They have a lot of soldier, which is good, and they have resources, but it doesn't accomplish shit. They need to make a move, the government. So Cairn is actually a pretty good village. Demisurge, which is kind of like the brain behind the operation, is like, yo, you know the Lizardmen, they're doing so good. What is the next village we can do? And then Ivangold is like, okay, well, Cairn, we already have some influence over there because they owe us. And the whole thing is like, okay, well, let's add this village. We got the perfumer. This is so sweet because, again, this is us trying to establish people. So, for example, we know that the guy is in love with the girl, and this is us. And she's pretty, so all the goblins want her, except for one. He's like, I'm going to help you seduce her. But this is kind of cool because you're establishing that these characters have emotion, they have life, they have family. We're making potions, and now it's kind of cool because we're talking about how this is actually really cool, really cool. The first thing that we establish is, okay, well, we'll be selling this item soon, so we need some cash, but is dangerous. Now, why the forest is dangerous? Because you guys remember there was a little hamster. Well, we captured the little hamster, so because the hamster isn't there, we disrupted the whole thing. Now they're facing trolls. They're facing trolls and different beasts. Now, technically speaking, this is good. However, in the season number 4, we revisit that, so it's interesting, but not that much. So now we have this little goblins, and this little goblins like, yo, we're getting attacked. We're getting attacked by the trolls. Now, technically speaking, this is the first time where we have in battle. So, for example, as Lord Isengol, right, he owns the village of Cairn. The problem with the village of Cairn is that it's weak. If he wants to protect it, he has to protect it himself. You can't just let them. They're not automatic. They're not. It's in French. They're not. They're not accountable for themselves. You know. So he sets one of his guardian, which is kind of cool. He sets one of his warrior, which is kind of cool. Again, those are all characters that we see. For example, the guy with the red hair, we saw it with the potion. Or the guy with the long hair, we had a whole time to save him. Enemy, we established Enemy as a very good lord. Now, the problem with Enemy is she's not interesting as a character. However, it is super cool because it's like, okay, well, she's one of like Lord Ainz, right? So you have to make her. Now she goes to the guild and she's like, okay, well, I need an element-type warrior to fight somebody. And it's like, no, you're too broke for that. It costs money. However, Lord Ainz sent this guy to hypnotize. And he's like, okay, we'll give you a huge discount. So once again, we are protecting the herbs. And we're trying to sell the herbs. However, the goblins are there. It's kind of cool. Yeah, not the most interesting stuff. It's more so Envy, and I don't know his name. The guy with the long hair. It's more so the romance, which is kind of sweet, actually. Really sweet, actually. So, Le Géant de l'Est, Le Serpent de l'Ouest. So then what happened is, the giant from the east and the serpent from the west, they get together. And like, okay, well, Kern has a lot of money. Kern is doing so well lately. We could take over. So Ainz is like, okay, well, the guard is in charge of Kern. And the protection of Kern, she's reporting, like, okay, well, there's big trouble. So he's like, do I react? Do I not react? And then he wants to see if they're worth it. The cool thing is, we got the potion. This is a Lord Ainz potion. This is what the guy was able to come up with. So is, okay, well, I'm investing resources in you. I'm investing a guardian in you. Are you worth it? And you show that the potion is actually pretty good. And the whole thing with the potion is like, they're a lower quality, but they're still doing the job. There's still some redeeming quality to it. So then, like, for example, this is weird. For example, like, look, this is Mare, right? And he say, oh, you're perfect, and talk about Boku and Lolly, shit like that. Really weird. You got the hamster who's fighting. And the cool thing with the hamster is that he's trying, look, I told you. It's kind of weird. You know, it's kind of weird. You get the hamster who's fighting and trying to train, and he's training with the lizard man. This is the first mention of the lizard man since we got them as slave. Now we have the trolls, and the trolls are like, okay, well, Isengol, like, I'll take care of you. If I take care of you, I'll become your new leader. You respect strength, I'll show you strength. However, the serpent from the west is like, yo, it's not gonna work like that. He's smarter. Shoulders down. The Naga is pretty fucking smart, and that's pretty much it. So then he's able to fight them off. However, it doesn't really work because they're still gonna attack Karen. That is pretty much it. See, those episodes, there's not a lot going on, but at the same time, it depends on how you view things. I find it entertaining. So now we got the whole theme. We're gonna attack, so everybody evacuating. Ernie and which is again the two leaders. Ernie was like, yo, this is kind of important. We're escaping. Only the warriors stay behind, so the goblins, you know. And then she has a second horn. She's like, should we use the horn? So we have a fight between the troll, and the trolls are of course a lot stronger, right? However, You didn't see the last word. The goblins are actually kind of sweet, I gotta say. They're charming. So now we're like, okay, well, do we run away? Do we save our life? And now the potion maker is like, okay, well, I'm gonna help you. There's a really cool scene of Attack on Titan here, where they're both the same height, so they both hide. He's like, okay, well, guess what? I'm gonna save you, and they relay. But the troll smells them, so it doesn't work. The guy with the air is fighting, which is kind of cool because he used to be afraid of fighting. So it's a personal growth. Now, again, Isengul's like, do I interact? When I interact, what do I do here? What is the plan here? Can I save myself, or I can't save myself? So then they succeed, and he's inviting them to the palace. And it's really cool because we're seeing that he's wearing the mask. So again, he's not Isengul, but he's the guy that helped them. So they're allies. It's like, I care about you. Which is cool because it's kind of like an important part as a leader. An invitation to death. Now this is also cool. So you guys remember the Death Knight from the first season? They captured him. So this guy is one of the strongest spellcaster in the universe. So then it's like, okay, well, guess what? This Isengul is getting more notoriety. We have to stop him before it goes too much. So then what they're trying to do, which is actually really, really nice, is they're saying if he can summon these, I have to be able to control them. If I can control them, his army will be mine. So then what they're trying to do is, they saw that Isengul could summon undead. They summon undead for the farming. So if you play games like Rune Factory is, they can do one simple task, but not that much. Like I said. So that's pretty much it. We got more of Momon. Checking out how the city is doing and kind of spying. Once again, we got the noble. This is really cool because this is an important guy. He has a lot of power, and he's the first one to be like, okay, well, let's fight Isengul. And he's like, okay, well, maybe we can buy this Isengul. So he's like, well, let's do a meeting with Isengul and see what he wants. If we can make him a friend, it's better than if we can't make him a friend. So that's kind of the goal here. So then you have this team. They're all a team of, I can mention, some warriors. Like, okay, well, there's definitely a better chance of survival. So this is really cool. This is really fucking cool. So there's more fighting, there's more training. So we know that the main character for the good guy is the brown hair guys. The blonde and the blue will take his place. I guarantee it. I saw it actually. But now we have a group of adventurers. We're talking about a guild and a crypt, and if they find a crypt, they're able to get some money. Now, the crypt in itself is a really cool thing. So they're like, okay, well, there's going to be a bunch of adventurers. You get paid money to go in, and you get paid money for the item that you find. Then the reason why they're doing that is because I think Gold wants to take the strongest adventurer and highlight it to the coils. What he does is like, okay, well, I'm going to make them to see who's greedy and who can be bought, and then we'll recruit them. So they all go to investigate the crypt. The crypt itself is Iron Gold Crypt. Butterfly stuck and a spiderweb. The whole episode is to make a certain group of people, a group of adventurers, more likable. So then when Isengul killed them, you feel like, oh my god, he is such a villain. What an asshole. When he's not an asshole, he's just a guy with a mission, right? The whole time, when you see the crypts, they're surviving. It's actually really cool because you see them fight. And you also see Momont. So that's when Momont starts having a body double. And the body double is actually kind of cool because he's like, okay, well, guess what? I'm going to be the proof that Isengul and Momont are different people in case somebody asks it. Somebody asks it. And the first version of the Coliseum. Like, as long as you're fighting here, we'll keep you safe. You're going to fight our boss, which is Momont. The sad thing here is there's an actual arena in season 4. So when you talk about repeated thing, this is what it is. You have a new guardian, which we didn't see before, which is this guy, which is super weird. Again, this serves the purpose of more so, how can I put this? This serves the purpose of, this is how strong my army is becoming. We're seeing guys like Answer. The cool thing with Answer is E-Train also trained. I'm getting mosquito bite everywhere. So it's a case of, okay, well, you train, I train too. And people that used to be weak are now strong. We have the Lizard Men and how they also improve. And there's a really cool thing, and it's, again, there's the adventurer, right? And he owns Dark Elves. Like, they'll fight for me. They'll fight for me, and they just betrayed him. This is the part which means the Dark Elves will be on his side. This is a fight between Gold and the adventurer. So this is one of the strongest adventurers there is, which is good. However, the whole thing is a fight. And yes, the fight is entertaining, but there's not a moment where you doubt his victory. There's not a moment where it's like, oh my god, you're so strong. There's this girl that escapes, and this is super sad. Mythic. I'm gonna scratch for real because it's gonna make me crazy. So there's this girl, right? And it's actually a really good story. Her parents are noble, but they lost everything. It's like, okay, well, we lost everything because we have a new king. When we change king, we could be nobles again. So then they establish power. Because they're indebted, the sister goes, and she has a good reason to steal from the crypt. Like, I need to feed my sisters. So then when you see the sister, they're winning. They make the effort of showing like, okay, well, they miss her. We have a dragon, which is actually super cool, because because it's just to show like, yo, there's alliance. It's almost like a chess game. One side moves, the other side moves. This is verbal agreement. So then we have all of these four guys that are gonna meet. They're gonna go and meet Gold, right? And at first, like, okay, well, guess what? They have no chance of fighting. Gold does a show of showing the strength, and he went to them to the castle. Like, okay, well, guess what? You see my strength, you see how strong I am. I'll kill every single one of you, and I'll kill your whole entire kingdom. All they have to do is surrender to me, and I won't kill you. So then he's like, I don't have a choice. However, you realize that one of them, which is the old man, was actually a traitor, which got them in that place to begin with. And at the same time, Gold does a really smart thing. He's like, yo, I don't know if you're aware, we just killed a bunch of your adventurer, and a strong one too. So now you're a lot weaker, and I'm not an inch weaker. So I have the upper hand. Season 3, episode 10. Preparing for war. Guys, I'm gonna fucking make it. It is 1 o'clock though, so I don't know. Yeah, 1 o'clock. So now this is super cool. Preparation for war is normal, and they said that, okay, well, Gold is going to war with us. What do we do? So then this is super cool. As for example, this guy, he has a son, and you kind of see him being a good father. So, okay, well, I don't want him to die because he has a family, right? It's all the noble, and they're like, well, guess what? What do we do against it? And they're planning, and they're planning, and they're planning. But at the same time, all the nobles, all they want is power. This is the opportunity for war and promotions. That's kind of sad. The whole thing is just negotiating, and what is the best course of action? We have the last soldiers like, okay, well, guess what? I'm going to go to war, and I want you to follow me. And if you follow me, you might find war. I need you guys. At the same time, it's gonna be suck because the main guy is gonna die. I know this is the cool thing. The army is summoned. And the good guys are summoned. So this is how the episode ends. And every single season at the end, we see kind of like a fight. This is actually really fucking cool. Okay, so now we have the war. Now what is kind of shitty is, now we see Care. So Karen is just like, okay, well, guess what? We won the war, and this is the result. So, for example, there's more romance between Ernie and the long-haired dude. So this is kind of cool because we care about those characters. But it sucks because there's a war, right? And there's a soldier. And the first thing that Gold does, the first thing that he does is like, okay, well, no, not even, I'm so sorry. So during the negotiation, like, okay, well, Cairn is a battle. It's their city. We need to conquer Cairn and to show our strength. We go to show Cairn, right? And with Cairn, the problem is They have goblins, they have troll, and they're not that strong, right? They're not that strong, so they might die. And it's people that we care about. Now the cool thing is Ernie uses a second horn, which summoned an other army. Now, the even better thing is the army that she summoned is a lot stronger and a lot bigger. So it goes to show that Ernie herself is stronger. And now we have the whole battle, the goblin win, which proves that Isengard doesn't even have to battle Nine. However, he sends a this is kind of cool. This is really cool. It's like completely fucked up. Then what exactly happened is, he's like, okay, well, Kern is a village, and we can kind of bargain with them. So then one of the son of the king, which the king uses to get out of the he uses his son to be like, I don't want you to fight in the war, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna stay here. You're gonna stay with me. So then he's like, okay, well, fuck negotiating with Kern, let's attack it. Now the problem is the whole army is going towards the kingdom of Isengard, and a small army is going towards Ernie. It's like, okay, well, who am I protecting? If I protect them, I'm leaving myself open, and if I save myself, Kern will fall. So that's actually pretty smart. Then this guy kind of like betrays everybody, which is kind of super cool, to be honest. Kind of super cool. We have the whole fight. Now the whole fight, what sucks is, Isengard will just summon people, and he's like, guess what? I'm just gonna kill everybody, and he sends a summon, and he takes the strongest soldier, and he's like, yeah, if you join my cause, I won't kill anyone. All you do is join my cause. So then he's like, fuck you, I'm not gonna join your cause. And Isengard go in and fights, and then he kills the strongest hero. So killing the strongest hero sucks because we care about them. We care about those people now. So that's the whole thing. The whole fight is like he's showing that he's strong, and if somebody can stand up to him, it's him. He has a godlike weapon. He's super strong, super good technique. However, what happened is, Isengard used some time magic and he's able to get to kill him. We see that the blue hair now have the sword. This is a legendary sword which the strong guy used. So we're seeing them two as the representatives. Like for example, him, you have the symbol of the old man, and they're both the same thing. And what is super cool is because it's one of the strongest. I think I was like, this is PvP. This is player versus player. The blue eyes and the blonde, like I swear revenge. Now the king is like, he's sad because they lost the war, which means that the biggest war that was supposed to decide everything is I think Gold that won. Now he's there to be like, yo, I'm in charge. Now I think Gold, which is pretty cool, realize that he goes too hard. He goes too hard, so he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna put a hero, which is Mormont. The hero is Mormont, which is himself. And he's like, guess what? Guess what? As long as you don't harm people, I won't do it, and I'll serve you. Which is super cool. Season 4, episode number 1. We're still good. 1 o'clock, we're still good. The sorcerer kingdom of Isengard. So then you see the bigger government type, right? He signs paper. He has this new robe. He started to feel bad because look, this is weird. See, this is what's the point of this? The whole goal is like, yo, I miss being a player. I'm the supreme being. I don't want to be the supreme being. I want to have fun. So then he started delegating and started delegating. Now the whole city is enslaved to him. What he does is like, okay, well, guess what? The guild war, I want the guild to join me. And then the guild's like, no, we can't. It's like, the guy's like, you don't really have a choice. Either you do it or I'll kill everybody. So the guild joined them. And the guild doesn't really serve a purpose. But hey, at least it's there. The Kingdom of Reasize. Now this is actually a cool episode. We have the Elementite Warrior. They're all people that we already met. There's no introduction of new characters. Season 4 is the last one on here. Now the Reasize Castle is like, okay, well, guess what? What kind of the last castle that's standing still? Kind of last castle that's still strong. And we're gonna fight Isengard. Now, a bunch of nobles What they do is like, okay, well, what do we do? Do we drain Eisen gold? And then the nobles are trying to look for strength. So it's like either I get the strength here, or I don't get the strength. And it's kind of important because nobles represent influence versus strength. Now this guy used the party, and this guy is a noble that he's very greedy for power. So you got a noble that helps him. The noble is her. Now her, I don't know if you remember, but she was the owner behind the prostitution ring. So it's just like, okay, well, guess what? Guess what? Now we own it. So then he sends Albedo on a mission. I don't even remember the mission. Now these are the people that we saw in the church in season 2. So they're like, okay, well, guess what? He's using magic. Now the problem with these guys is they kind of know what exactly he's doing. They kind of know that, okay, well, this player is using this and this and this. So they're the most knowledgeable. We just killed the strongest soldier, which was strong. These people know what you're using. And they can kind of do like a counterattack. It's not super strong, but it's strong. This guy, which is officially the bitch of Ice and Gold, it's like, okay, well, I gotta do is, you gotta do his bidding. However, the Empire of Barahut, it is so freaking cool. Because they're like, okay, well, I kinda have to do his bidding, but I wanna do his bidding. What they're doing is, they're doing a, what do we call it? A Coliseum, an arena. Now this is, again, it sucks because, it's all, like, what you call it? It's all set up. Like, for example, they'll fight somebody that's super strong, which is a troll. But the problem with the troll, the conspiration of the Suzerain. So the Suzerains are trying to get tired of his power, and they're trying to do like a coup d'etat, which means fuck you, I think Gold, we're gonna take care of our own countries, and you're not gonna tell us what to do anymore. I think Gold, of course, has no idea that this is going on, and even if they put themselves together, I don't think they can kill him. However, they're still trying. Then this arena, they fight this guy. The guild is there. You fight this guy, right? Oh, this is so cool. But now it's revealed that this guy was working. Now this guy is actually super important because this guy is a mage, one of the strongest mage of the kingdom. So if we can get him on our side, we have some of the strongest magic of the kingdom. Now we have this, we have some new race. This guy is in charge of the Colosseum. So this guy is one of the strongest warrior left. He's a soldier. So it's like, okay, well, I think Gold's like, well, if I kill you, you join me. I'm looking for a strong warrior. He's like, this guy is like, if I kill you, then I'm able to eat you. If I eat you, I'll get stronger. Now, what is the coolest thing is, he's a troll. So the troll is some species that we've already seen, which is, again, it's super cool. Now, what is going on is the army is getting bigger and bigger. Where the dwarf countries, the army is getting bigger and bigger, and Azungul realized that he doesn't really have the equipment necessary for that. He's like, okay, well, who can actually craft something? Well, he's saying the dwarf country can actually craft something, and this will be the next step. So kind of something akin to, oops, I died. Something akin to what we saw with the lizard man, what we saw with a bunch of people. If I can enslave the dwarf, the dwarf will make me some really cool armor. Because now I have a big army, but I gotta protect this army. And because there's not really someone to oppose them, it's for example, right? Now that the kingdom has a lot of, and it's actually smart. You don't specifically tell that, but they're kind of smart. They're saying, listen, we have this whole kingdom. And this whole kingdom, there's not an enemy. But we still want to make some weapon in case somebody revolts. We meet this dwarf. This dwarf tells them the whole thing. He's a rune dwarf, and he shows them the kingdom of the dwarf. Which is actually super cool, because they're kind of friendly. The dwarf are possibly the only creature that doesn't really pose a problem. They submit like, okay, well, yeah, this problem. These are beasts. These are creatures. And the dwarf are like, yo, we don't even own our city anymore. These creatures are the one that owns this city. These people. Wait a second. These. Now we have this war. And this has got to be one of the nicest fights. So she comes in. You guys remember, right? Her. And she's fighting against the whole thing. This is so fucking cool. Because And you know what's insane? She controlled him. She hypnotized him, and she's like, okay, well, what's your goal? We already have a goal. We serve the dragon, and the dragon wanted the dwarf. Yes, there's dragon. We have season 4, episode 6. Imminent crisis. Oh yeah, this has got to be some of the nicest thing. So she gives him a choice, like, hey, you need to have 10,000. We'll allow 10,000 of you to surrender. You guys are too many. I cannot hold too many of you guys. So then we have this. They're running away. These are the Dead Knights. They officially declare war. And this is the coolest thing because they're showing that they're strong. So they come in from the outside. Then they cut the bridge, which is the only way out. Which is actually pretty smart because there's no other way. So then the Ainz is like, okay, well, let's meet the dwarfs. And the dwarfs are like, okay, well, what do you have for us if we agree to your term? Like, well, I want you guys, I know that you guys have a problem with the creature. We'll free you of them. And then it's like, okay, well, what's in it for you? Say, well, you'll work for me. I'll allow you to become part of my kingdom. But no. We can sell you the runes. We won't be part of your kingdom. And then he just buys them. He just buys them by giving them alcohol. And the reason for that is he shows a sword and has 12 rune. And then the dwarf is like, no. The maximum we can do is 6. Now we have these. This is the king of the. This is the king. So it's super important. Now we're seeing that he's like, and he's actually really smart. It's like, okay, well, this new enemy is so fucking strong. I don't know if we can face him. So what do we do? Attack the dragon. So the plan is for them to kill each other, and if they kill each other, then they kind of make it easier for that little guy to take over. So then what is super cool here is everybody's fighting. The dragon comes in. It's like, yo, they don't know who to send, so they send the wicked the dragon. We get the dragon right away surrender. And he's like, okay, well, guess what? Isengard comes in, and he's like, okay, well, who's the leader here? The dragon says, fuck you, you're not gonna take over my kingdom. I won't bow out to you. I don't have a ruler. I think Gold here, this is what I don't like. He uses a single spell of breaking the heart, and then he destroys it. This is got to be the bloodiest. And then there's this war, the Killua, which are like 40,000 versus one soldier, which is the bloody Valkyrie. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I want to show you the fights. Is that the fight? Oh yeah, let's look at this. Look at this shit. This is badass. Look at this. You're starting to fight. Look at this. Look at this. How nuts is this? Honestly, golden content. And that's it. It just finishes the war. Isengard doesn't find an item, and then like, okay, well, you did really good. Celebration with the dwarf, because the dwarf officially joined the kingdom. So we have 4 episode 8. Wait. Wait. Oh, for fuck's sakes. There you go. They won't allow me to watch the episode 8. They say this title is no longer available. Shit. Oh well. Maybe this is it for us. Sorry. This is all we're getting. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. I don't see you. She's so fucking cute. I fucking adore her.
Dame un perro.
¿Un qué?
Un perro.
¿Un qué? ¿Un qué?
Un perro. Dame un perro.
¿Un qué?
Un perro.
¿Un qué? ¿Un qué?
Un perro. Dame un perro.
¿Un qué?